You work here?
Yes.
Know about the rugby tickets?
Yes.
Like some serious money?
Well, I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say.
$50 for every ticket you've got to a Super 14 game.
Right, and you'll sell them on for double that. Well, that sounds like a good deal. And I can see you've had a bit of luck already.
So?
From staff or patients?
Patients, they waited hours.
Right. Well, you know, it's a real bummer. I can't actually help you, but do you see that lady over there? She has direct access, plus she loves a deal. So why don't you go and tell her what you're doing, and she might be able to supply you in bulk.
Wicked. Hey, $50 for every ticket you got to a Super 14 game.
You despicable little weasel. Get your sorry ass out of here before I call the cops.
The doctor will see you as soon as possible.
Okay, thanks. He's been waiting a while, hasn't he?
Still within the 4-hour limit.
You know, I'm beginning to wonder how many of this lot are actually ill.
Keeping track of who waits for how long is a pain in the you-know-what.
I just got propositioned in the cafe. A scalper wanted to buy any rugby tickets I could lay my hands on.
Actually, we were beginning to wonder if some of these so-called customers might be putting it on.
Some of them are. It's a pity it's difficult to tell the difference.
You know, I don't think this reward scheme is working out.
It isn't, and it won't. A pox on all business consultants with stupid ideas like this one. Excuse me. Chris, how you doing?
Okay, I guess.
I thought you'd still be taking it easy.
I've been summoned by our American friend.
Right, well, before you go, about your pal, Hone.
Yeah?
He's out of control, seriously. He used TK as a punching bag in what was supposed to be a friendly workout at the gym.
Well, I noticed TK got his own back, at least.
The guy lost it. TK reckons they had to drag him off. But he's refusing to make a complaint, so I don't know how much sway you hold with our new CEO, but he needs counselling at the very least.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, you know the guy we put in the drug tank? Guess what? He woke up and asked for tickets to the Bledisloe Cup.
Oh no, any game will do. He's not fussy.
Well, I'm not rewarding plonkers like that.
Oh, drunk as he is, Sarah, he has been waiting 4 hours in protocol. Says that.
Protocol? Stuff protocol. I will deal with him myself.
How's our customer loyalty thing doing, all right?
No. Why? Because it's a joke.
What's going on?
Mr. Rand here took a tumble whilst he was playing with his grandson. Posterior dislocation of the right hip.
What's your game plan?
Close reduction under general. Except we're still waiting on theatre. Waiting a bit too long, aren't we, Mr. Rand?
Yeah. How long?
A couple of hours.
Well, aren't you risking necrosis setting in?
We've still got time on our side.
Yeah, but it's still a risk, and the poor guy's suffering here. An alternative is to up the painkillers and do it right here now. Less risk of long-term damage.
Well, my clinical decision is theatre.
Mr. Rand, you can wait a little longer, or we can give you an extra dose of painkillers and put that hip back in place right now.
Sounds good. Anything to stop this pain.
Okay, Mr. Rand, I'm just going to have a few... we're going to have to get him into resus, okay?
Sure. Great.
Have a seat. Well, you played hardball and won. DHB agreed to everything you wanted. Please tell me you're going to say yes.
I'm in.
Oh, yes! Cannot tell you how relieved I am. This calls for champagne. Libby, it's a go on the bubbly.
Congratulations, you completed your mission. Oust me, get the R&D unit up and running.
No hard feelings, huh?
Not really. You had a job to do. You did it.
All things considered, that is damn good of you. Come on, Chris. You are such a talent. This new position is way better than you wasting away behind some desk.
How do you think Hone will do as CEO?
Beginning to wonder.
You're thinking of withdrawing the offer?
Are you hinting that I should?
Hone's been working at a pace and under more stress than most of us could imagine, which is why we're seeing the speed wobbles.
But seriously, is this man going to be a liability or an asset to this place?
When he gets a grip on what's required, he may be the best CEO this place has ever had.
Great.
All right, Mr. Rand, this is basically as safe as under a general.
Sooner it's done, the less damage.
Wouldn't he be more relaxed under a general? I mean, wouldn't the FEMA go into place more readily?
Let's just get into it, okay? Tons, if you're going to apply pressure to Mr. Rand's lower back, just how I showed you, Please hold the shoulders steady up there. Kip, I need you to slightly elevate the left leg. And I'll relocate it. Okay, Mr. Rand, are you still with us? Uh-huh. Okay, this is going to hurt for a second, and then the pain will be pretty much done and dusted, okay? Okay, everyone together. And squeeze.
Morphine 5 milligrams IV.
It's not your fault.
Hey, he was my patient. I should have stood by my decision to send him to theatre.
Honest, the boss.
Yeah, I thought he had it sussed. I thought he could do it.
Procedures don't work out sometimes, Kip.
He should have spent more time assessing. He just barged in and went for it.
Thought that's how you like to do things.
Not always. What a mess.
They'll sort Mr. Rand out in theatre.
Yeah, after a lot of needless pain, and God knows what damage we've done to his hip.
You're writing an incident report.
Of course.
Do you really need to?
Well, it was an incident. It gets reported.
Yeah, well, you'll be doming him the next CEO. How could you do that? What if the bigwigs found out about it?
Look, I don't like it either, but it has to be done. If Honey and I cop it, so be it. Why are you so worried about him? Besides, it's not like I have a choice. Sarah is already on the warpath.
The patient is being sorted in theatre, but there could be lasting nerve damage. The family is considering a complaint, and I don't blame them, but it wasn't my department at fault. It was Ropata.
Right. Hasn't a senior colleague simply offered to help with a difficult case and had bad luck? Sometimes a procedure doesn't work, Sarah.
Well, Kip had already decided to send the guy up to surgery. Hone just barged in, used his seniority to get the patient's consent, and then stuffed up.
Well, as the man's doctor, Kip still is responsible.
Yeah, which is why I don't want to see him hung for Ropata's crime. Come on, Callum, the guy is an aggressive head case. Have you seen TK?
No, I've been busy up here. Why?
Hone, on the pretext of a boxing workout, used my husband as a punching bag. He lost the plot, and now TK looks like he's been hit by a bus.
Is TK going to lay charges?
No.
Well, obviously I'm alarmed, but if he's not going to say anything, what can I do?
Well, Ropata hasn't signed a CEO contract yet, has he?
Not as yet, no.
Well, couldn't we tell Riley and the DHB they'd be hiring a sociopath?
Look, if there aren't any complaints from those directly involved, what can I say without looking like I'm backstabbing a rival?
Well, we all know you're not like that. And hey, I'm not out to shaft the guy or ruin his career. I just think he needs to calm the hell down and get his act together before he takes over this desk. And if that means that you have to do a little bit of backstabbing, then stab away.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, okay?
Straight down the corridor.
Okay, thank you.
It shouldn't be too much more of a wait, Mr. Grant.
You have told me that you had this pain for a few days. Here you put down it's only come on today.
Gerald?
Gerald, me not, Yvonne. And what is this? Coincidence? I think not.
Give the man his magazine.
Answer me this. Is it not true that you have read that sign?
Yeah.
And is it not also true that you knew about this scheme before coming in with your alleged crook guts?
Well...
True or not? Answer the question.
Yeah, I guess.
Hearing the tickets were sold out through normal channels, you heard from a mate about the reward scheme on offer here. Being casually employed, you had both the means and the motive to come here, pretend that you had a problem, then wait the requisite number of hours till you got what you were really after.
Gerald!
You don't want a diagnosis, you want a free ticket to the rugby. I rest my case.
Good grief!
I stuffed up, you know. Your boyfriend was right. The guy should have went to theatre before I started yanking him around.
He'll be okay. Hey, stuff happens. Don't beat yourself up.
Hey, to be honest, I'm more screwed up about trying to figure out my next step, you know? Work on the shop floor where I no longer trust my judgment or drive a desk.
Thought you wanted the CEO position.
Well, I need the CEO position, but want and need are two different things.
There's a Mr. Grant around. He seems to have disappeared.
So he is. He should be back by now. He went to the toilet ages ago. Oh, Gerald.
Oh, not again.
Would you mind?
I'm not paid enough for this.
I'll be an ED.
All you have to do is go into the toilet and call out. If I was a bloke, I would do it.
You still could. I mean, you've been around the block. It's not like there's anything you haven't seen before or...
You're not at all happy about being back downstairs, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's just that this was not part of the job description. It'll be just my lucky's dead of a heart attack in a cubicle, pants around his ankles, toilet unflushed.
We need to talk about this.
Incident report? What's this got to do with me?
It concerns Dr. Rapata.
Oh, now what?
All right. To summarise, he barged in on a case run by Dr. Denton, took over and made a mess.
How much of a mess?
Sciatic nerve compression. The patient may have a permanent deformity. Foot drop. Now, Sarah wants to put on the record that it wasn't Denton's fault, but the family fairly want to make a complaint.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, so presuming I can't talk the family around, who's going to take the reins? If Hone is made CEO, he can't really deal with a complaint against himself. But I'm happy to keep handling the case if that's what you want.
Yes, thank you very much. Anything else?
I really shouldn't talk about this, but have you seen Dr. Samuels face-to-face today?
Was he the one that Hone...
I will say no more. I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, but before you move on to your next job, could you leave us with a CEO who won't steer us straight onto the rocks?
Mr. Grant wasn't in the toilets. It seems he decided to take in the sights. Take a seat, Mr. Grant.
Sorry.
Blood pressure, my foot. He was hiding, stringing out the time in order to score some free rugby tickets.
He looks a bit pale.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past some of those blokes to use their girlfriend's makeup.
Actually, he looks very pale.
All right, we're starting to clear the decks. Who's next?
Oh, dear.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Thank you. All right, let's get his legs raised. Oh, God.
It seems it was his blood pressure.
Yeah, sorry. I just changed my pills. What's the time?
Just after 6.
Any tickets left for the Bledisloe?
Quite a day you've had. By the way, I signed your buddy Chris up for the research gig. We drank to your health. And this one's for you. As soon as you sign that. Provided you still want to. Now, the complaint from the guy with the hip, I think we can make that go away. It's just bad luck. Could have happened to anybody. And Dr. Potts is only going as far as an incident report. As for Dr. Samuels, yeah, I saw him. It's obvious he gave as good as he got.
You still want me to sign?
Well, I have been assured by people I trust that if you want this gig, you really want it, you will be a brilliant CEO. And I'll dine on that. I was the one who headhunted Rapata. But if you don't want it, if you just need it...
Then
you're going to be a disaster. And I'll leave a blank space on my CV where Shortland Street used to be.
I underestimated you, Riley.
People usually do. So?
Well, I've been trying to decide all day. Nice knowing you, babe.
They've just completed their first week of a new healthy lifestyle. Now the 5 leaders face a weigh-in, see if their hard work has paid off on Operation Transformation tonight at 8.